The UAE is a founder member, a major foundation stone for OPEC, and people will be asking themselves, why have they done it?
And the UAE is not the first member to leave. It's a very significant departure, but this is not the first time this has happened.
Well, the timing is striking. We are in the midst of the largest energy supply shock in history.
Obviously, Kuwait springs to mind. Iraq, they may take a look at this and think.
Unhooking themselves from the limitations of production caps it's going to bode very well for them in the long term.
And it also raises the question of who might be next. Now,
well, it's a massive shock. No club likes to see one of its most important members walk away. There's no doubt that this is a major shock to OPEC, because now that the UAE has left, there is, to all intents and purposes, only one major country with significant spare production capacity in normal times, and that's Saudi Arabia.
Well, the timing is striking. We are in the midst of the largest energy supply shock in history. Almost every single country in the region has seen their revenues and their output significantly curtailed by the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. Now, significantly, as the UAE said in its statement, this decision is for its long-term economic interests, but also, I would say, its short-term ones. As soon as the Strait of Hormuz reopens, the UAE is going to want to increase its production as much as it can in order to recover some of those revenues lost from this period.
There's no real immediate effect to this decision because of extra production from the UAE remaining shut in due to the situation in the Strait. Of course, they're exporting as much as they can via the port of Jazeera, which is outside the Strait, but only when there is something resembling a stabilization of tanker flows will this actually be felt. And even when that happens, the market will want to seek more clarity on exactly how many barrels the UAE intends to add.
Well, certainly people will be questioning their position now because, of course, the UAE is a founder member, a major foundation stone for OPEC, and people will be asking themselves, why have they done it, and what world are they expecting when normality returns? And from our analysis, it's highly likely to be a world of falling oil demand, which therefore will mean it's much harder for OPEC to maintain price discipline. And it's going to be every country for itself in order to maximize returns from the oil before demand runs out.
Now, their production capacity is certainly not at what it can be, as you alluded to. It could be up to the goal from their investments is 5 million barrels per day by 2027. They also have some of the highest known reserves in the world, north of 100 billion barrels. So unhooking themselves from the limitations of production caps it's going to bode very well for them in the long term in terms of economic recovery from what is currently going on in the region.
Obviously, Kuwait springs to mind. Iraq, they may take a look at this and think, well, yeah, we suffered damage in this war. We need to get back to normal operations. We need to fight for market share as well. So yes, it is possible that the step that the UAE has taken could be an example to other members of the OPEC group.
And the UAE is not the first member to leave. It's a very significant departure, but this is not the first time this has happened. So the group's strategy will certainly change from here. It may look to expand its membership, but there are a lot of questions about what a prospective new member of the group looks like at this point.
We're a long way away from stability because of the enforced reduction of supply, but when we do get eventually more stability coming back in, OPEC will be clearly profoundly diminished as a force, and we'll have to see if it is able to continue to maintain discipline and elevated prices.
The UAE is far from the first country to walk away from the alliance. In the last few years, we've seen departures from Angola, Ecuador, and Qatar. Leaving the alliance means that OPEC has less power to effectively counterbalance market shocks when they happen. And it also raises the question of who might be next. Now,